Welcome to season 2 of my adventures in Fram, and this one took ages to get to because there was a massive break. It was about 5 months or so. Anyway, we've started off the season in these weird Upper League Cup group game thing, this League Cup thing. Um, we've not been doing too well in it, but the board expectation in this is to simply not get outclassed, which is kind of what we're doing. I know that the results don't paint that kind of picture, but you have to take into consideration that this team here, Faker, IBV, IA, Thor, and Keflavik, they're all Premier League teams. So we're not doing too bad. And transfers that we've made, we've brought in a few players. We've brought in Ulger Sigurdsson from Premier League team Breidablik. I've got no idea how you say these names. He's just a midfield centre. He can play on the right as well, and he's a very good ball-winning midfielder and box-to-box midfielder, and that's kind of what we've been playing him. His current ability is fairly good for the first team, and also look at this, leading player for most first division sides, because our contract states that we need to finish in the top half of the Icelandic first division. We have Aaron Johansson, who I think we signed this guy on a free from Hawkar, who are also in our division. He's got a lot of experience in this league, and he didn't have a terrible last season, and he's very good. If we look at his reports, he's actually potential to be a Premier Division player. We also have bought in Veiga Gjalfarsson, and this guy is just a bit of backup on the left. Omarsson we sold for 16k, and we brought in Johansson for a backup, and I think Johansson's better, to be honest. The games that we're going to be playing today are, we're going to be playing the final cup game against Keflavik. If we just take a look at the group stages, we find ourselves 7th, which is kind of bad, isn't it? But we're not the worst team. We've got 5 points, and the top 2 qualify for the quarterfinals. After the match against Keflavik, we will go and play Hawkar. So this is the team that we're going to be playing. We're playing Bjornsson in goal, Prastason on the right, with Anderson. Actually, Anderson shouldn't be there. What are you doing there? We usually play Hilmarsson. See, I've learnt the names, and I know a few of the names, and I know who's good and who's not. Kind of. Still very confusing because they all end in son, but I'm getting a little bit better. We're playing then Magnusson and Gislason. In the centre back, we got Christmansson on the right, Sigurdsson in the centre mid. Then next to him we have Aaron Johansson. Then we have Sigurdsson on the right, on the left, and Bergerson and Johansson are up front. Now I'm not expecting us to win, but the thing is we've not been getting outclassed and outplayed, which I think is the important thing. We've been doing fairly well actually against these teams, especially against a lot of tough opposition, I think. Especially teams like Fjökja, this one here. So we've got the league tables open. Doesn't really make much of a difference anyway, but you know. And they have the ball. That's not good. He's got the same name as my guy, Galferson. There you go. Nice save by the keeper, Johnson. The keeper problem in this division is so annoying. All of the keepers that we have are basically very, very similar. And it gets to a point where you just can't sign anybody who's better because all the keepers are the same. See? Bjornsson should have done a little bit better. As long as we don't finish last in this group, I think that's my main goal. And considering IA, they're a Premier League side. So if we finish above them, I'm going to call that a success. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty good. So if I think that our team, we remain quite competitive against kind of the big sides. I think we're quite competitive, although saying that, now that I've said that, I'm probably going to get like beaten like 4-0 now, you watch. But half time 1-0 against a Premier League side, I don't think that's too bad. We've not been outplayed, we've had a couple of shots. I mean, we're definitely not the best team in this game, but we're not doing too bad. Hilmerson's pretty good. Hopefully he can do something for us. Don't give the ball away. We've given the ball away. Wow. Was that a cross? Oh my god. He didn't do that. He didn't mean that, did he? Surely. Surely not. And then we let in a goal like that, a fluke. And this goal actually is interesting. It's a metaphor for our run so far. We've just been unlucky. I don't think we've been that bad. But that's okay. Grizzage. The only guy without a son in his name. Oh, this isn't looking good, is it? We're not last. We're still not last. We are being outplayed a bit here, though, aren't we? And I'm a little bit worried, actually, about the patience that the board are going to have with me. Let's make a substitution. I mean, the entire team's been doing terrible. What did I say? I said about Himarson. I said, oh, he's quite good. Let's keep an eye out for him. One of the lowest ratings. I don't know. I can't even. Oh, I didn't put my left back on, did I? Alright, you know, it's actually okay. We'll take off Aaron Johansson for Olafsson. And actually, we'll play Pollack. No, where's the other Pollack? So we have another one who can play up front. Yeah, him. We'll stick him on for Jonsson. And, I mean, if we can get a goal, I don't think it's too bad. Bergson, Christmanson, Olafsson to Sigurdsson. These names, I say I'm getting better at recognising the team. I'm getting better at recognising the names, but saying it, no way. This is a good little spell of possession that we got here. Olafsson, Christmanson, and Bergson. I think that was going wide anyway. But clear-cut chance number one. A little bit late, but you know, like I said, it's a Premier League side. And I mean, they want to beat us as well, because if they win, they actually go into that important second place. Oh, we've just hit the post. They go into that all-important second place to qualify for the quarterfinals of this weird cup that only happens before the season actually starts. The league season actually starts, which I find weird. Not very knowledgeable about this area. I forgot to do my subs again. Yeah, saw that coming. I think this team finished. Where did they finish last season? Pretty sure they finished quite high up in the Premier Division, maybe like the top 4 or something. So, I mean that's Europa League, I think that is. I think it's the first and second team. No, the first team play Champions League, and the second and third team, depending on the cup winner of not this cup, the other cup, the National Cup, the FA Cup, whatever it is in Iceland, they are the ones who qualify for the UEFA Champions League as well as. Been doing my research, you see. Right, we'll call that a 3-0 loss, because that first goal that they scored, or was it the second goal, a fluky one? Goodness me, I know it will seem like 2 seconds to you, but... Whoa, change of plan. We're not playing Rakor or Rorka, the team that I said before. We've had to wait a month, and in that month we've played some friendlies, and I will say confidence boosting friendlies. We've not done too well, but we've been trying out different formations and different tactics, and that's why you can see that the tactic in today's game, which is a bit different, and I'll get to that in a second. The tactic that we're playing is a little bit different because this is the one that seemed to work the best, and we were losing against amateur side clubs. This is basically the Icelandic FA Cup. We have to reach the 4th round of this, and this I think includes like pretty much every single team in Iceland, whereas the Upper League Cup only includes 1st Division and 2nd Division, I think. This time we're playing the 4-2-4 because we just needed more goals. I mean, if you look at our history, we were just losing. We were losing by 1 or 2 goals. So I'm thinking we should just score more goals than the opposition. That's how you win games, right? So we are favourites. Hopefully we'll be able to win, because I really don't want to lose against this team here. And I thought that was 2 teams at once, but I guess it's 1 team. I don't know. So Iceland's a bit weird, isn't it? We are away from home, I think. And hopefully this shouldn't be too difficult, but I'm really worried about this team. Really worried. But hopefully the 4-2-4 should just give us that attacking edge. Jonsson's got the ball. I think Jonsson scored a hat-trick in the final friendly game that we played. So I'm really pleased about that. So that's why he's starting today. We also use those friendlies as an opportunity to get some match fitness into the team, because the match fitness is still actually quite bad. Jonsson's got the ball here again and scores. It's 1-0 to Fram, and hopefully we'll be progressing through to the 3rd round, which is a bit scary. So it's a nice little finish by Jonsson, and that's... Oh god, is he dancing? Don't dance. 17 degrees? In Iceland? 17 degrees? Get the shorts out. Right, Magnusson tries to play through Bergersen, but Ablugason, Sigurdsson, Bergersen, Jonsson again. Don't know if he meant to do that. There's Johansson again. Remember the signing that we made? Where you going, Johansson? Good boy. Jonsson, Bergersen, 2-0. That's what we like to see. 10 minutes and we're 2-0 up. And I need to check if I'm recording. I am recording. It's all good. So, for a second I was worried that I didn't press the record button. Anyway, Bergersen, nice little finish. And it's 2-0 to Fram. Do they really have burger stands outside stadiums in Iceland? I don't know. Doesn't look very Icelandic, does it? But what do I know? It's all gone a bit quiet. We've had 3 clear-cut chances in this match. And our front 3, Sigurdsson, Bergersen and Jonsson, have been playing amazing. This is the best I've seen them play for a long time. And I'll be happy just sitting this out, a little 2-0 win. I'll be happy with that. There's Bergersen. I'll be happy with a 3-0 win actually. Hilmarsson on the left. What can he do? He's got the ball back again though. Johansson to Bergersen. Abig. Right. 3-0, which is good, but I'm just wondering how you pronounce this guy's name. What is that? Is that a... It's you in it. Is that like an O with a thing on the top? Algerson. We'll just call him Algerson. That's a nice name, isn't it? It's not quite Icelandic, but Algerson sounds quite nice. We'll call him that. And look at that, the front four, the front midfield, which may I add, the front four are all either, they're all either top first division teams, which is the division that we're in, or they're Premier League quality players. So I'm thinking if we just play to their strengths and try to score more goals than our sort of, second division-y, first division-y, lower half first division defences, hopefully it'll go well. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so what happened was with the friendlies, um, we had friendlies booked because obviously we had a month to do nothing, doing nothing, and I just didn't want the players to get like not fit and lazy and the condition to drop really quickly. So I organised some friendlies, and then what happened was during that, of course, we found out that we were in the draw for this cup. So that happened, and then what happened then was, as the draw was happening, well, the draw happened pretty much on the day of the friendly, the last friendly that we had. So essentially meant that we couldn't. I don't think we could cancel it. I didn't try, to be honest. I wanted to try out the 4-2-4. I'm quite glad I didn't cancel it. I'm just a little bit worried that I've sort of made them a bit too. That I think they're playing a few too many games. I don't know. Yes. Okay. Let's not panic. They've got to score 2 more goals in 20 minutes, and that goal, they've actually had worryingly amount of shots. Worrying. Our keeper. That's another thing that I highlighted as well. Our keeper is he's like a second division player, and there's no other keepers that I can find or afford. This is looking a bit worrying, isn't it? Come out, keeper. Oh, he's missed. Oh gosh, that was close. Now I'm hoping just 10 minutes to hold out. Get a fourth. I'd be happy with a fourth goal. That'd be 8 games in. Oh, what's he done? It's alright. Gelfson is back. And Johansson is absolutely knackered out there. But Jonsson isn't. Nearly scores. Nearly. I'm happy with this. 5 clear-cut chances means that we would have won 5-1 on another day. I'm completely okay with that. I'm going to take Johansson off because he is actually dying. And I'm going to put Thorlaxon on. Remember, it's Thorlaxon in midfield, not the Thorlaxon that we have up front. Iceland. Similar name, well, they have the same names, I think. And I think I'm right where you pronounce the P with the long bit as a Thor? Or is it Polak? I don't know. Polaxon? Thorlaxon? Don't know. Who knows? Probably someone from Iceland. I don't know. Anyway, he's on the ball now. He's found Ingo, and Ingo's just... I'm completely okay with that. Waste a bit of time. And Sigurdsson tries a little long-range effort. But it looks like we've not only beaten our second amateur club, but we're also progressing to the 3rd round of the Icelandic Cup. Very well played, and I think we deserve that. I agree, Mr. Manager. Assistant Manager. Marvellous.